It's Film Friday, and we are back with a wonderful 4th of July episode for you guys. Now, today in film news, we are talking about the #1 box office smash hit that is starring one of the finest white men that ever walked the planet, in my humble opinion. That's right. Today in film news, we are talking all about F1, starring my babe, Brad Pitt, and that fine-ass Damson Idris. So stay tuned. F1 is being brought to us by Apple Original Films, Superhouse producer Jerry Bruckheimer, Lewis Hamilton, the race car driver, and Brad Pitt himself. And now there are so many wonderful things about this film, starting with some of the action and driving shots themselves. But before we get into the shots, let's get into the plot. First and foremost, I would like to say, if you're out there watching, hi, Brad Pitt.
Sorry about this. I think they got my name wrong. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pitt. Brad is right here, so I'm so sorry, honey.
Hey, Brad Pitt.
And I'm gonna.
Right, so as I said, F1 is starring one of the finest white men to ever walk the planet, Brad Pitt. Now, I understand that we were supposed to cancel him a year or so ago because of something that happened with his kids. But let me tell you something, okay? The nigga got 7 kids. Somebody was bound to get their ass whooped at some point in time, okay? And we weren't there. I don't know what happened. Somebody said he was drunk. Somebody said somebody got slapped. All I know is the man got 7 kids. It's a miracle that he made it this long without somebody getting their ass whooped in that house, okay? It was bound to happen. So anyway, I just kind of just missed the days when we didn't know shit about these celebrities. Now we got to know who likes baby oil, who went to bed with who last night, who's on drugs, who did this, who did that. Let these people do their job and go home. Like, you get to do your job and go home, because everybody makes mistakes. But we got the morality police in our ear and on our backs let us know that we got to cancel everybody because everybody's made a mistake. Like, you know what I'm saying? He whooped one of his kids, cancel him. Like, whatever. Anyway, my favorite bae, white bae. I'm always pro-black first.
Whether you like it or not, you got to deal with it. Because as long as I'm here, you will always be number 2.
All right. It's starring in F1 as retired race car driver Sonny Hayes, who's pretty much being coaxed out of retirement to come back and save his team. That is the, what is it called in the film? ep.2, right? And now he's starring right alongside my other bae, my Jamaican British bae, Damson Idris. Now, I'm still a little traumatized behind the ending of Snowfall. I almost started a class action lawsuit because that was ridiculous where we picked up with Franklin. Like, it was a little too real. As somebody who grew up in and around Compton, who currently lives there to this day, it was a little too real. Like, that's literally what happens to drug dealers in the hood, is death, jail, or addiction. You know what I'm saying? And that was just, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? To find him in that condition. But I put that on the back burner. He's back, starring as Joshua Pierce, an up-and-coming race car driver who's going to be teaming up with Brad Pitt in this. And now, it was #1 in the box office this weekend, guys. And if you like action, you're going to love this film because it pretty much gives Top Gun Maverick meets Checkered Flags. And now, one of the greatest things about this film are the shots that they were able to catch. And now, another very cool thing about this film is the way it was filmed. They didn't take any kind of green screen shortcuts. I'm going to say that again. If you've seen the film, you'll be like, what? No green screen shortcuts. These were all filmed across real Grand Prix weekends from Silverstone to Suzuka. No green screen. And from what I hear, Tea on the Streets, is that Brad Pitt and Damson did a lot of their own driving. And now, let's get into some of these shots that they were able to capture from the cockpits of these cars, because for this particular film, they built specialized cameras, teaming up with iPhone and Sony to create some of these memorable and magical scenes from the cockpit. So let's get into some of the technicalities of it all.
From the beginning, it was about trying to capture the experience of being inside a Formula One car.
Ready, and action.
We're driving with all of these camera mounts on, but we're really capturing everything. Apexes to the crowd, everything's just whizzing by.
That's right, baby.
We would have up to 4 cameras on each car. We actually have cameras that we can move while we're shooting.
And pan.
This camera body moves 360, can catch us, can catch one of the other drivers.
There was a lot of innovation. We had a really sophisticated wireless system that controls the camera.
What Joe's able to do with these cameras is capture real life, real-time speed. That's his genius.
And cut. Great. Excellent. I don't think anyone's ever made a film like this.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you're gonna go see something this weekend, go and see F1. It was number one last week, and it'll more than likely be number one again. I'm putting my money on Brad Pitt. Hi, Brad Pitt. And Damson to come in number one again this weekend. That's all we got this week for Real Real. For now, let's go ahead and get into what happened on this day in film. So on this day in film, we had the titacular, I just made that word up, release of Independence Day, starring our forever friend, Will Smith. Now, Independence Day came out when I was in the 7th grade. And I just remember going into the auditorium. It wasn't the 4th of July, obviously. I think it was somewhere more around like Christmas time. And watching Independence Day in the auditorium with like the rest of the 7th graders. And I just remember being really impressed with Will Smith and him kind of making that leap from like the Fresh Prince to that nigga in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely was the king of the box office when this came out. And this definitely ushered in the summer box office smash hit, right? And so shout out to Will Smith. If you're looking to stream anything, definitely make sure you stream Independence Day this weekend. I know I'm going to stream it. Or you can stream my pick for Stream Queen. This week for Stream Queens, we are going with the Prime Video new release Heads of State, starring Idris Elba, another Idris, and John Cena, and our girl Priyanka Chopra Jonas. All right, so let's get into it. Now, what I like about Heads of State is I knew nothing about it. I was just flipping through, watching TV, consuming media like I do, and I saw Heads of State starring John Cena and Idris Elba. What is this about? So it's basically like this non-buddy turned to buddy comedy about the President of the United States, who's played by John Cena, and the Prime Minister of the UK, who's played by Idris Elba, who like get into this plane crash and go on this, top secret government PSYOP level job to hunt down these terrorists who are trying to stop the NATO summit from happening. I don't know. I'm giving a horrible rendition of the plot, but it is a very, very cute movie. And let's get into why I think that is. So I'm a fan of Heads of State for obvious reasons, because I'm obviously a Stringer Bell fan. I mean, since the Wire days, Idris can do no wrong. So if Idris is in, so am I. I love that he plays this kind of curmudgeon of a character, and I actually really like John Cena. I think that his transformation from wrestling star to bona fide actor and action star is very admirable. I think he does a great job in this role as a former actor and action star turned president. And I think it's a bit satirical because we do have a former reality star as president here in the United States. And there's a lot of biting satirical comedy related to that in the script. And then you've got Priyanka Chopra Jonas in this as a secret agent who kind of has a little bit of a thing with Idris. So it's got everything that you want in an action comedy buddy type film. It's got the buddiness, the romance, the action, the explosions, the comedy, the plot twists and turns. So if you've got a little bit of time and you got Prime this weekend, give Heads of State a chance.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Mr. President.
It's our debut duet.
Duet?
Yeah, it's like I'm Dr. Dre and you're Eminem and we're taking that stage for the first time together.
I'm Eminem.
What is it with you? Walking around thinking you're better than everybody else.
What's the difference between me and you? You are the commander-in-chief, you know, some DJ in Vegas.
So what's the difference between us? All right, I get it. You don't like my movies.
I've never seen your movies.
But the universe keeps telling me I look cool with a gun in my hand.
What's the difference between me? A toy gun.
Stop the beat a minute. I got something to say.
Oh, shit.
Now, let's get into Studio Shade, because I'm kind of on the fence about this. I'm not sure if they deserve to be shaded or if they're low-key genius. So let's get into this week's Studio Shade. You know, don't know if you've been living under a rock, Megan 2.0 is out in theaters as of last week. And there was a cameo by Megan Thee Stallion in it. Now, apparently, when the first Megan came out, Megan Thee Stallion was very vocal about her support for the film, saying that basically she was going to be the first person to see it in theaters because obviously the film's named Megan and she's Megan. And remember that little Dutty wine by the fax machine that the Megan doll did? Remember? Wait, let me show y'all.
Megan?
Baby, ask you. Don't provoke us or we will go.
That's what got me. That little Dutty wine by the fax machine. I was like, okay, Megan. All right, that's what got me. So that's what got Meg too. Now, apparently, she done manifested her way into Megan 2.0 in a twerk party scene in a hotel. So I'm like, is that doing too much or is that magical manifestation? I don't know. She done manifested her way into this film in a twerk scene, and now she's got people who are fans of the franchise saying that she needs to be in the next installment because apparently the Megan series is going to continue to go on. So I don't know if that's so much studio shade or if it's doing too much. I really do kind of feel like Megan and Cardi B are the reason why Kamala lost the election. I mean, obviously the Latinos for Trump are the biggest part of that, but I just feel like when she came out twerking at the different speeches and things like that, that just didn't help the cause. And I feel like Cardi B definitely put a nail in the coffin of the cause.
Trump says he's going to protect women whether they like it or not. Well, if it's
but that I mean, that's neither here nor there. It's over. We're at where we're at. I mean, no shade to the Megan series because there is a Black female writer that created this and is at the helm of this. So I want to see it do great ultimately. So shout out to them. And shout out to Megan Stallion. I guess that's not really studio shade. I guess it's just an interesting tidbit. So if you haven't gone to see Megan 2.0, please go see it. Here's a little excerpt of the twerk scene from the hotel.
You didn't think we left out real hot girl shit, did you?
So for this week's Red Carpet Rundown, it is none other than my favorite fashion girl, Rihanna, at the Smurfs premiere in baby blue for Chanel. So what I love about Rihanna is that she's a marketing genius and she doesn't waste any opportunities. So you know that Rihanna is voicing the character Smurfette in the new Smurfs film. So she took a chance to capitalize on this and do a quick little run for her Savage Fenty line, which I adore. Savage Fenty all day. I got on Savage Fenty right now under my clothes. I was in Savage Fenty loungewear all day, Savage Fenty shorts. Rihanna, if you're out there watching, send me some Savage Fenty, okay? Because my house is full of it. I love it. It's just like top of the line stuff. So she's got her whole Smurfs line with Savage Fenty, and she took advantage of, you know, that partnership. And she also wore an adorable Chanel ensemble at the Smurfs premiere. And she made her bae, A$AP Rocky, somewhat match with her. I love it when couples coordinate on the red carpet, okay? Like, get with the program. If I'm wearing blue, you need to be wearing blue. Like, it's like, it ain't prom, but it's prom. Like, come on, baby. So she kind of, like, coordinated with him a little bit. He kind of didn't really, you know, she be eating his ass up always on the fashion tip. But even though he's supposedly a fashion killer. But, you know, they did their thing, and I just thought it was a really cute moment on the red carpet. So this week's Red Carpet Rundown is Rihanna at the Smurfs premiere. Check it out, and also check out some pictures from the Smurf line for Savage Fenty. that's all for this week in film news. Thank you for checking in with me. As always, if you have not already subscribed, please, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I know I have no subscribers right now, but we're trying to get our views up. We're trying to get our subscribers up. Join the Patreon if you want. There's extras over there, outtakes, shit falling off the walls, dogs running through the set. Like, there's fun things happening on the Patreon, so make sure you join that. And if nothing else, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment if you can, share this with somebody who is a film fan like me. And as always, I want to thank you for rocking with me. That's all for this week, and until next time, this has been Film News You Can Use.